What's your opinion on day game? It's the most popular form of primary game in the pickup artist community, but I see a lot of guys failing to make progress with their overall game in general, even after years of doing it.
That's right. I've seen the same. I went to Kiev 6 weeks before the war started there, and my number one favorite ranked by mystery location for picking up women was a rooftop patio bar in Kiev. So that's gone now. That's unfortunate. The best place. I did get a chance to meet other pickup artists that were doing day game on the street outside of the venue. Like the building is there. And at the rooftop, I know there's beautiful women there that are trying to meet high valued men. And the higher up in a building you go, the higher perceived value you have when you meet people. So if you're meeting someone in the VIP section of the VIP section of the rooftop patio, that's where you're going to find an elite uh, group of people that I'm pretty sure you're going to want to meet. It's much better to go up there and game, as an adult who is going after attractive women, than to leave the venue, go outside, and start working the gutter game, the street game. For the same amount of time, you could learn so much more by going to the practice grounds or the dojo, I call it. The in-field component is very necessary. You have to choose a good location or two locations per night in case the first location sucks and game your night away. But if you do it on the street, then you're starting over. Every set is like starting from scratch. You're not allowing the last set to join you and assist you in opening the next set. And there's no socializing or merging of sets. It's like cutting yourself off at the knees as far as I'm concerned. If you're doing that instead of going to where the party is. Go to the parties, guys. There are beautiful parties in the Hollywood Hills. If you're not going there, no one's going to miss you, but they're worth getting to. They're chock full of beautiful people, and you're going to want to meet them live and in person. You can play your little swiping game, your little Tinder style swiping game in real life. You meet a dozen sets in a night. Let's say you get three numbers in a night. That's a good night out. If I got three numbers in a night out of a dozen sets that I've worked, that means I'm choosing only three of the 12 groups that I would wish to include in my socializing for the next day. In other words, I'll invite them out again, right? It's just about game plans. Like the, the enemy of the best game plan is a good game plan. You can have a good game plan, but it prevents you from having the best game plan. And I think that going out and doing day game is a good game plan. It's better than staying at home, certainly. But where do those interactions really take you? You never meet her friends. She never meets your friends. Something is off. And if you are fantasizing in your head, in your practice, you're fantasizing, what do I say to a woman to get her attracted to me? That's the wrong fantasy to repeat in your head over and over because women of beauty are rarely alone. They're usually in groups. So you're going to have to get used to the idea of meeting groups of people. And when you meet a group of people, you can't open direct, right? Because you may alienate the father or the mother or the boyfriend or the brother. You don't know who is in that group yet. So you have to convey your personality to the whole group, be non-threatening, right? And that is called the indirect school of thought. Day game, a lot of people don't realize that you could do indirect day game. You can open a group of people in the day. The sun doesn't change your game. Where the sun is in the sky doesn't change your game. Day game versus night game, right? Uh, One thing that I would recommend that if you are into day game, play night game. Play night game. Make it your dojo, your practice grounds. You can do a dozen sets in a night rather than going to the mall and doing one an hour, one single set every hour. It's not a good lifestyle. It's not high valued male behavior to be picking girls off the street.
Mm. It's
It's not as
inefficient.
lucrative. It's inefficient. That's
Yeah.
it.